Sairam. So the final paragraph of chapter 6, page number 37, Shri Sai Satcharitra. This paragraph is the heading of this paragraph is repairs to the masjid. Another important idea occurred to Gopal Gund. Just as he started the Urus, he thought that he should repair and renovate the masjid. So, in order to carry out the repairs, he collected stones and got them dressed. But this work was not assigned to him. This was reserved for Nana Sahib Chandorkar. And the payment work was for Kaka Sahib Dikshit. Initially, Baba was unwilling to allow them to have jobs done. But with the intervention of Bhagat Mahalasapati, a local devotee of Baba, his permission was secured. Now, it goes on to say two things. Baba is, or any, when the divine work is assigned to some people, some other person cannot do it. Anything in order to enhance, or when we contribute, or when we participate in the cause of our Guru, it is the Guru who decides. It's not we who decide. We all should understand that what was propagated, what was advised, and what was practiced was absolute epitome of, eh, you know, instrumental devotion, the philosophy of instrumental devotion. The devotees and disciples were not disheartened that something that they chose to do or they thought that is to be done by them was not necessarily done by them. It was ultimately the master who is to decide who should do what. We can never take anything for granted so long as our Guru is concerned. We have to just put forth a thought, and the doer is always him. He is the doer, he is the thought, he is the one who executes the action. There is nothing we do. We do nothing. I do nothing. None of us do anything. That is the strict philosophy of instrumental devotion, which is being very beautifully at several occasions. In Shri Sai Satcharitra, it is clarified. Somebody gets a thought, the thought is not his. Somebody else executes the work or the thought which has been planted in somebody else. Everything works in tandem, everything is decided by the master. There is nothing we do. We feel that we are the doers, but please let us remove the doership. Guru is only one, it is him. The master is always him. We do nothing. When, what has to happen, through whom things have to happen is all decided by the master, not by us. Right? So we go on. Baba was always reluctant for any kind of repairs, any kind of modifications to the ecosystem that he lived in. Why? We will address that why. But that is something which we have to note. And for what? Is it simplicity of a master who is a fakir, who doesn't want any glorification? No, it is not that. He also allowed people to decorate the mosque at certain occasions. May it be Ramnavami festival or may it be Urus or anything. So he used to allow that. But in certain occasions or in certain points, Baba never used to allow anything to be disturbed, which was in and around him. The Dwarka Mai particularly, Baba was very, very particular. Why? I think the followers of Sikhism can definitely endorse that even in Amritsar, the foundation stone was laid by one of the greatest of the Peer or a Fakir, which the cornerstone, the first foundation stone was laid, but somebody moved it. When they moved it, the master declared that why you did this. You have no idea what is the repercussions of your act or deed. And henceforth, I mean, since then, we have seen so many turmoils in, you know, in Amritsar and in the faith of Sikhism. So, taking a thread from there, I can say that I feel very pained. I feel that, the level of ignorance the mankind has in certain aspects and certain areas, we should never interfere. We should never disturb. There are reasons for things in a place and a pattern and in a manner which it is there in the vicinity of the master's abode. You should never touch that. But we always interfere. We introduce things, we demolish things, we do so many things. So we should never do that. So Baba was very particular because those positions and places of it can be a smallest of the things has its own significance. But the limited knowledge that we have, we think that it's insignificant or non-consequential if we disturb that. However, it is not so. So we have to be cautious. So that is the reason why Baba used to object to that. But in any case, because of the insistence of the disciples and devotees, he used to give it and he used to bear the brunt. We go forward. But with the intervention of Bhagat Malasapati, please understand Bhagat Malasapati's character. Baba never used to say no to two people, whatever they requested. Because for their selfish reasons or for their own welfare and betterment, two people who were very close to Baba never asked for anything. That is Bhagat Malasapati and Bhagoji Shinde. Nothing they have in the history. In if you go by the entire of Sri Sai Satcharitra and the life of Sri Sainath Maharaj in his body, you will not see one place where either Malasapati or Bhagoji Shinde has asked for anything from Baba. Nothing. Whatever they asked were this for the cause of the they perceived or they assumed that for the betterment of the people, devotees and disciple, or for the comfort of the master. But for themselves, they never asked for anything. So whatever was required to be granted or permitted by Baba, it always in Shirdi was rooted through these two gentlemen. Bhagoji Shinde never used to speak. He was always silent. He was a leper. Malasapati used to seldom speak. He was performer of the artis and pujas to Baba. But whatever they asked for, Baba used to grant out of compassion and love because of their selfless commitment to the cause and to the master. So these devotees who had this idea, like Mr. Sri Gopalagund, rooted this request through Bhagat Malasapati, a local devotee of Baba. His permission was secured, obviously. Baba took a small gadi for himself, a gadi. He was sitting on sack, a rag sack, and then for a change, he took a small gadi there for his seat, discarding the usual piece of sackcloth used till then. In 1911, the Sabha Mantap, the courtyard, was also great put in order with great labor and effort. The courtyard which we see in front of Dwarka mine, that's what is being referred to, the Sabha Mantap. The open space in front of Masjid was very small and inconvenient. Kaka Sahib Dikshit wanted to extend it and put a roofing on it. At great expense, he got iron posts, pillars, and trusses and started the work. At night, all the devotees worked hard and fixed the posts. But Baba, when he returned from Chavdi, Next morning, uprooted them all and threw them out. See, that's exactly what I was saying. Baba used to go and sleep in Chowdi every alternate nights. So he used to see these people who have planted so many things. I just want to draw your attention to a small, I mean, like a significant part of Sai Satcharitra and whatever transpired in Shirdi. We know that under the neem tree, which we regard as Gurusthan as of today, when they dug, there was a small cave with few steps. There was a rosary and there were two lamps burning. And that was the Gurusthan of Sri Sainath Maharaj. That was the place where Baba's Guru had did his sadhana. So quietly they buried. So we don't know. First of all, we should understand why Baba of all the places comes to Shirdi. He biologically apparently was born in a place called Patri, Selu, which was very far away, and his movements are observed in Aurangabad. But why here? Why Shirdi? Why Dwarka Mai? So these are all the very intricate things. When master is doing something, even though upon our insistence and perseverance and pressure, he consents, but he knows what is right, what is wrong. So why certain things should not be disturbed and left as it is? But the limited knowledge that we have out of our ignorance and innocence, we insist the master to make the changes, right? So story goes on. Once it so happened that Baba got very excited, caught a pole with one hand and began to shake and uproot it. And with the other hand, caught Tatya Patil's neck. He took by force Tatya's peta, the turban, struck a match, set it on fire, and threw it in a pit. At that time, Baba's eyes flashed like burning embers. None dared to look at him. All got terribly frightened. Baba took out a rupee from his pocket and threw it there, as if it were an offering on an auspicious occasion. Tatya was also very much frightened. None knew what was going to happen to Tatya, and none dared to intervene or interfere. Bhagoji Shinde, the leper devotee of Baba, made a bold advance, but he was pushed aside by Baba. Madhav Rao Deshpande was also similarly treated, pelted with brick pieces. So all those who went to intercede with intercede were similarly dealt with. Now, okay, we'll complete this. But after some time, Baba's anger cooled down. He sent for a shopkeeper, got from him an embroidered peta, that is the turban, and himself tied it on Tatya's head, as if he was being given a special honor. All the people were wonderstruck to see this strange behavior of Baba. They were at a loss to know what enraged Baba to so suddenly, and what led him to assault Tatya, and why his anger cooled down the next moment. Baba was sometimes very calm and quiet, and talked sweet things with love, but suddenly, with or without any reason or provocation, got enraged. Many such incidents may be related, but I do not know which to choose and which to omit. I therefore refer them as they occur to me. Now, this paragraph completes. It's a very beautiful story, or what is behind this behavior of the Lord. We should understand. Let us track back or walk back to the days when Baba descended to in Shirdi. When Baba visits, first time he visits Shirdi as a young boy, sits under the neem tree, does his meditation, dhyana, his sadhana, and then he vanishes. Again, he comes back after several years. So, after which, when he comes, he settles down in Shirdi. He never leaves Shirdi. Now, at that point, when he came first time, it was Baijama, mother of Sri Tatya Khote Patil, who used to look after Baba like her son. After Baba returns, she continues to look after him like her son. But when the time comes that Baijama's time to exit the body is near, at that crucial moment, Baba has gone a little away from Shirdi and he is gone to Neemgaon and beyond, where he used to perform the Khanda Yoga. So he was there being fully aware what was happening. At that moment, Baijama sheds the body. And in the absence of Baba, Baijama sheds the body. Baba comes back to Shirdi. Before leaving the body, Baijama was chanting name of Baba and she said that my only wish is I want to see him. I have something to say and something to ask for. She says that aloud and finally, helplessly, she leaves the body. Baba comes back and having heard that, what Baijama's wish was, he brings her back to life. Baijama wakes up. Baijama is back to life. And then Baba asks her mother, being fully aware of everything, this is all a Leela of the Divine Master. He says, Mother, what is that you wanted to tell me and what is that you wanted from me? Before you leave the body, now you tell me I'm back. When that happens, Baijama, she was the most evolved and a beautiful soul, one of the greatest souls, purest of the purest conscience, never had any malice, cleanest, purest. I mean, you can keep talking about Baijama. Love, embodiments of love. She used to feed, she herself was not from a very wealthy family. But whatever she had, she used to feed anybody. And she literally looked after Baba like her own son. She fed him. It's not an exaggeration if we say that she raised him whenever he was a young boy in Shirdi. So, with that love, the mother asks Baba that you call me your mother. By virtue of it, Tatya is your younger son. I know because some astrologer had told Baijama that I know for a fact Tatya's life is not long. He'll die in his mid-age. So I'm concerned and I'm worried. That's one thing I wanted to tell you. Second, please make sure Tatya dies after you leave the body, not till such time. As long as you are there, Tatya should be there. You should protect him and bless him with a long life. This is the only attachment Baijama had, no other. Because we should know what Tatya was. Tatya was a very radical person. Whatever you say, he used to do what he wants to do. He never used to listen to anybody. He never used to listen to Baba also at times. He was little brash. So he was, had a mind of his own. He never used to listen to anybody. He was quite immature. So that was the main concern of Baijama. When this happened, Baba gives a word to Baijama that don't worry. I will treat him and look after him like my own younger brother. I will ensure that he has a long life. Whatever happens, it's my life for his. If it comes to that, don't worry. You relax. The moment he says that Baijama holds Baba's hand, peacefully goes to sleep and sheds the body. She rests her head on the pillow and she just peacefully, pleasantly, with a expression of bliss, Baijama sheds the body. Now, coming to the story or the occurrence, which I mean, like Shri Govinda Raghunatha Dhabolkar has not explained it because, I mean, reasons best known to them. What happens is that at that moment, when Baba gets enraged, is the moment when Tatya was his throat cancer would have just started. That very moment. So, in order to remove or in order to block the development of malignancy in his throat, Baba suddenly holds his throat, his neck. He arrests the throat, the throat cancer developing in Tatya. That is when he's enraged, his eyes turn ember, and he is so ferocious, furious. Nobody can come anywhere close to him. Nobody can even look at his eyes. That is the rage he has because he was not angry with anybody. Nobody can understand why he was angry, why he lost his temper, why he got so enraged. But the reason is that is when he arrests the development of cancer in the throat of Tatya Khote Patil. And he is ferocious to move away the negative energies or the energies which are the Ekadasha Rudras. They have to do what they have to do. They are emotionless. They have no thoughts, nothing. They are very duty bound. He had to ensure that the Rudras do not influence or create a reality for Tatya where he develops cancer at that moment. He gets so enraged. Despite the movement or despite the flow of energies from the universe, imagine the power of Ekadasha Rudras. They don't even bother about the creator, the Brahman, the supreme consciousness. Sorry. It is like a man writes a constitution of a country, but he himself is not above the constitution of a country, which he himself has written. Likewise, the universal system is so impeccable, so perfect that nobody has the guts, nobody can alter, nobody can restrict, nobody can do anything. Even the creator, so-called creator, everything is, we are believers of theory of occurrence, not creation. However, just for discussion, let us take it as it is. Even the creator cannot disturb. He cannot interfere. The only energy, I keep saying this, Guru. Guru is the only one who can do anything. He can alter any realities. He can demolish the realities and recreate. He can rewrite our destinies. He can do anything that he wants. That is exactly why I always personally say, I don't know God. I don't know if there is God at all or not. Of course, there is Brahman, the God, supreme consciousness, yes. But it is a metaphor. But I know my Guru. My Guru is greater than the God. My Guru is everything. There is nothing more than him, nothing beyond him. It is only him. I believe in, I trust. He is beyond, nothing is beyond his control. So that is exactly our faith in our Guru is what is displayed here in this example, where Baba arrests such a adverse, painful, and a negative reality. Two reasons. One, he is displaying his ability, what he is. He is the supreme master, Purnavatar of Adiguru Dattatreya himself. Second, when a master, a guru samrat, a lord like Sri Sainath Maharaj makes a commitment, when he makes a promise, it is your realities have already changed. Never, ever it goes wrong. Never, ever it will be, it will not be fulfilled. So he has made 11 assurances and 11 promises. You show unto me. Once he says, show unto me he, one person. Show unto me one person, he who has come to me, my refuge, and has been turned away. Till date, even I can certainly throw the challenge to anybody in this world who have gone genuinely, sincerely to the refuge of our Guru Sri Sainatha and been turned away, or their wishes not being fulfilled. Not one. Not one. I don't know about other masters or God or anybody. My master, my Guru, my Sainatha has never let down anybody. Not one. So the oath or the promise that he makes to Baijama, he has to fulfill. The promise he has made to all of us, he always fulfills. So this is the reason why he arrests the negative reality of Tatya where he would have got cancer. There is no other reason. But fine. I mean, after this, what happens? The passage of time or that moment where this negative reality would have hit or evolved or happened or occurred, that having passed, Baba calms down. Baba immediately calms down. The symbolically taking out the peta, the turban of Tatya and lighting a match and throwing a rupee is the cremation. The turban is everything for a person those days. The turban was the main entity, identity of a person. Very precious. That was everything. Baba throws it, lights a match, he burns it, he throws a coin as a dakshina, whatever. It's not auspicious. He just complete, symbolically, he performs the last rites of Tatya Kote Patil. Everything done, that Visha Muhurta, what they say, the poisonous moment passes, after which Baba calms down. He calls for another, turban, Zari Peta. He personally ties to Tatya and he's smiling, he's calm. So in this paragraph, the author goes on to say that it is very difficult to comprehend. Baba used to be calm, sweet, very well spoken, very soft spoken, but suddenly he used to get enraged and, he used to be abusive and suddenly he used to calm down. Please understand. There are several instances which is not part of the Satcharitra. It is part of other literatures of Shirdi. Baba used to do that. He used to get enraged quite often. And when he loses it, nobody can be here. Then nobody can be with him or close to him. He is that. I mean, his people used to vacate Shirdi. People used to go out to the fields. And one or two used to ask, is Baba okay? Has he calmed down? Then people used to crawl back to their homes in Shirdi. That was the rage of Baba. But what was that? It was not against anybody. It was not that he had this bipolar condition. No. It's not that he was in two extreme situations. He was a Sthita Prajna all along. But this was against the energies. It's all about energies, energies which are emanated from the Ekadasha Rudras or Virata or whatever you call it, which are altering your realities. What are realities? Realities are always driven by energies, actions, reactions, emotions, thoughts. Everything, if it has to manifest through energy. So Baba is to deal with those negative energies, which you would have created the negative realities, adverse realities for his devotees and disciples. Hence, Baba's actions and reactions are not easily comprehensible for anybody, but today, as Saipanthis, Avadutas of Shunyakriya Saipanth, we are able to decipher and understand, right? Now, in the next chapter, the question whether Baba was a Hindu or a Mohammedan will be taken up, and his yogic practices and powers and other matters will also be dealt with, right? So we'll go to the next chapter later, chapter number 7. Now, this concludes chapter 6. Thanks for your patient hearing. Sairam.